Welcome to the ETSU Social Work Resource Database. You will be looking at a screen that looks slightly different than this one when you log in using your ETSU username and password with the link that I provided you in the email. But I wanted to take an opportunity to just show you around the system a little bit, and it's very user-friendly. The first thing is the events button. So they're the toolbar at the top or the icons here. And if you click on the events, the only thing that we currently have listed in there right now is the ETSU Self-Care Conference on October 26th. You as a user would not be able to create a new event. At the moment, what you can do is email me, and we will add any new events into that page. The cool thing about this events page is that if it's an annual event, it'll go into an archive and remind us a couple of months prior to the event taking place again that the annual date is coming up. So we will be reminded to make sure that we put that back on there. And if you want to go back to the page where all those big button icons are, you can click on the ETSU logo. And I'll go into resources next. Of course, this is why we created the system. So currently, you can see there's a list of resources in alphabetical order. You can also look by county, and we are going to be adding the state feature as well, since we are operating with the state of Tennessee, Virginia, and North Carolina. And we have a group of students that are currently entering more information, more resources throughout the region to get this as full as possible, knowing that it's a never-ending process. But we're getting lots and lots of information in here from all of the counties and the regions that we have students in right now. So if you're looking for a particular type of resource, so food, you can do a search for food. And it'll show you different agencies that provide food assistance. So anything that has food, it'll bring that up in that category. And if you're working with someone and you want to give them a list of resources that might be helpful for them, this is a really cool feature. So if you look up domestic violence, so if I'm working with somebody in Asheville, for example, I'm going to give them information about Buncombe County. And all I need to do is click this button to the right that says Add to PDF. And then here's another resource that might be helpful. Okay. And once you click on all of the resources that might be helpful for that client, you would then go to PDF report. And this creates a printable PDF with all of the resource information that the client would need, so that you can just print it out and give it to them. You don't have to write it all down. And then when you're done with it, you would hit empty report because you'll be starting over with the next person that you might be providing resources to. The contacts button currently, we don't really have a whole lot going on in there right now, so the moment you can ignore that. But at some point we will have a list of names and agencies of all of the resources and the contact name for that agency along with their phone number. The categories button. So I'm going to go back actually to that icon page. There's a button for categories. And these are currently all of the categories that we have in the system. And we have 56 different categories. Flags. So let me explain this a little bit. This flag feature is really important on the administrative end for people that are entering information into the system to know if information about a resource is incorrect or needs to be updated. So I'll show you how a user can help us keep this system up to date. So if you go into resources and say you're looking at a resource, and as you're reviewing the resource, you notice that maybe the phone number is wrong or they're not providing diapers anymore. So there's descriptions as providing counseling, diapers, formula. So maybe they're not providing diapers anymore. You would go into View, and that pulls up its own page for that particular resource. You can again add to the report in this view. You would not be able to edit or delete. Those are just for me. But you can click this button that says Report a Problem with the Resource. So if you click on Report a Problem with the Resource, you're going to basically select a reason why the resource information is incorrect, and then you're going to tell us why it's incorrect. And you'll create that flag. So as you can see at the top, the flag bar has a red circle with a 1 in it. That tells us, the administrators of the system, that there's one resource that has an issue that needs to be checked on and updated. Okay. And then you can get back out of here. The nice thing about this is that if for some reason the administrators of the system have not had a chance to correct that flag, other users would be able to see that note. So if somebody else came and went into Abortion Alternatives and Crisis Center in Bristol, they can see that there's a comment in there of something that needs to be corrected. So when they go on to look at that resource, they can go into View and see what the reported problem is and what that change needs to be, which may or may not be helpful for them. So, and then these other tabs, the user archive and roles, As a user, you would not see those on your screen or not be able to access those. Pretty simple, easy to use, user-friendly system. We have a couple of features coming up. We are going to have a message board feature that's going to be installed. And again, the resources will also, you'll also be able to search by state as well. And it's a continuous work in progress, but getting better and growing all the time. So thanks for visiting my little demonstration about the Social Work Resource Database. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, please feel free to email me. Thanks.